I'm sorry, what's going on here? Why is everybody in my room? Is there a party that I didn't know about? Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday night to the Chameleon Academy live session, open Q&A. If you're watching the replay, this happens every Tuesday night at 5 p.m. Pacific, and we are here to hang out. You can ask whatever questions you want about chameleons. You know, ask whatever questions you want, but make it about chameleons, and or just hang out with the chameleon community. We just we have quite the quite the chat going on. This is happening on both YouTube and Instagram, and so let's go to it. Let's see who's here. Okay, Gio is cutting his grass, but I'm going to wrap it up for your live. Okay, excellent. I like that kind of respect for the institution. That's right. I rate higher than cutting grass. I'll take it. So, hello, Patrick from Brooklyn. Jake's Exotic says, are chameleons really different pets to keep? Yes, they are. And of course, you know, that's a very open-ended question, and different from what? But no matter what your answer is, I think I'm safe to say yes. And the reasons why, two big things, the reasons why chameleons are kind of unique is because, one, they are not your typical pets. And so if people, he says, I mean, difficult. Okay. Hello, Jenna. That's the first time I've seen that name. Welcome, Jenna. Everybody say welcome to Jenna. So they are, the thing with chameleons is they're complicated. Complicated. They take a lot to set up right. It's one of those things where once you get them set up, and if you do it right to begin with, actually not that much work. It is, well, okay. If you are a ball python breeder, you will look at chameleons and say, oh, my goodness, why do they spend so much time working with their chameleons? We do have to check on them every day. But once you get them set up correctly, they're actually not that much work. The thing is, people try to cut corners. They don't want to spend the money on the UVB bulbs, on the big enough cage, and that kind of stuff. They don't want to do the research into how to put them together right. So that's why it becomes difficult, because they don't set it up correctly to begin with. So the information's out there. I mean, it's all over Chameleon Academy. And it's all over a lot of places. So the information is there. You just have to get in with the right person who's going to give you good information, and you're here, so you're set. You just have to go through the work of doing the research and following that research. And I say that, and it's very easy for me to say that. Once you dive in, it's not as easy. You get so many different questions, and that's why I have over 800 videos here on YouTube, over 300 podcasts that go deep into this, and a huge hundreds and hundreds of pages on the website. So you're saying, oh my gosh, is it so complicated? Yeah, it kind of is. Of course, Jen says, my horses are less maintenance than my chameleons. Okay, well, there you go. All right, here we go. Patrick's going to be fluffing up my ego a little bit here. Bill gives the best advice above common knowledge about chameleons, hands down. All right, I'm feeling good. I'm ready to go on. Thank you, Patrick, for energizing me for the rest of the show. Woohoo! All right. Just Two Bros is saying, hey, Bill, I'm getting a Jackson's chameleon come time August. Do you have any recommendations? Also, you're awesome. Well, thank you very much, Just Two Bros. Well, my advice, what I like about getting them in August is you have a lot of time to prepare. Go to chameleonacademy.com. I have on there the most extensive care guide for Jackson's chameleons that exists. And when you go there, you say, why in the world is his care guide on Jackson's chameleons so much bigger than any other chameleon on this site? Well, the reason is because I actually had a website dedicated to Jackson's chameleons, And somewhere along the way, I folded it into Chameleon Academy. And so when you go to the care guide on Chameleon Academy, it's actually a website that was put in. But for the benefit for you is it has all the information. I've bred Jackson's chameleons. I've had all 3 subspecies that come in, and I've bred them multi-generation. Well, at least the Machacos Hills and the Xantholophus multi-generationally. And so I've got a pretty good handle on it, and you're going to find all the information on the website. Go there, study it. The big things about Jackson's chameleons is, number 1, beware that the females can have babies, even if you only have a female. They do not like heat. Do not let them get over 80, 85 degrees. When you start getting 85 degrees, you start getting into heat stress. And they like nighttime drops in temperature. And those are the big ones. What's one chameleon species you would not recommend for beginners? A lot of them. I recommend the panther chameleon because there are so many people that are experienced with panther chameleons, so you have help. Once you get chameleon husbandry under your belt, you realize that a lot of chameleon husbandry for the different species is mostly the same. It's just little tweaks, but you have to get that under your belt before you can effectively go into it. So the best thing to do is get a panther chameleon, because there's so many panther chameleon breeders. Ironically, the veiled chameleon is not a good first chameleon under those guidelines, because there's so few veiled chameleon breeders. There's a lot of veiled chameleons because it's done by corporate big companies. They mass produce veiled chameleons for Petco, PetSmart, that kind of thing. And so you may see a lot of veiled chameleons, but you won't run into a lot of veiled chameleon breeders. Very interesting little insight there. Go get something. When you start off, get a chameleon species where you are in contact with the breeder. Panther chameleons are great because there's panther chameleon breeders all over the place. Excuse me. I got something. It's all this breathing stuff. It's so complicated. All right. Let me catch up on the chat here. Val Aaron says, my egg finally hatched and she is eating and drinking great. That is very good to hear. Congratulations. Congratulations. And Eliza Ann is here. Everybody, let's say thank you to Eliza Ann, because she has done so much to put together this 10th anniversary that we are going to have. And by the way, now is the time for me to talk about the 10th anniversary celebration. Yes, this is the 10th year that Chameleon Academy outreach has been in effect. I've had chameleons for 45 years now, but 10 of those, the 10 I have been with the Chameleon Academy has been the most growth that I had. This has been an amazing thing, but it's been 10 years. And so we're going to have an in-person, excuse me. We're going to have an in-person meetup at Clint's Reptile Room in Springville, Utah. Clint's Reptiles, from the famous YouTube channel. He's got his own reptile room. And I've been there twice. It is wonderful. It's a lot of fun. And we get it August 9th between 5 and 9 o'clock. It's ours. And so we're going to have a private party there. We're going to have decorating of chameleon cookies. I mean, how can you pass that up? So go to, okay, I'm going to put a link in the YouTube chat of where you can get more information. There's actually a page on, if you go on the blog post on chameleonacademy.com, you're going to find it. I need to put a link on the homepage, but so I got to go do that. But if you're on YouTube, there's a link that is in the comments that you can go to, and you're going to be able to go and sign up. This is important, everybody. There is a sign-up sheet. We need to know how many people are going to go. Please sign up by Saturday. I know that's soon, but we got to do some reservations because we're going to be having events on Friday and Saturday. Friday, we're going to be going to some caves. We're going to be going to have some lunch. Let's see, Saturday, what are we doing? Oh, yeah, and then we're going to be doing a drive. Oh, now I'm all mixed up. So, so Friday, we've got the caves, and then we have a dinner. Saturday, we have coffee with James at Darn Good Coffee. And then we have a drive to Homestead Crater and do the Provo Canyon Drive. And then we're going to go to the BYU Museum of Paleontology, which has a lot of cool dinosaurs. That evening at 5 p.m. to 9, we have our main event. And so if you'd like to come, if you'd like to meet up with the Chameleon Academy people in person, this is August 9th. Go to that link that I put in the YouTube. If you are on Instagram, go to chameleonacademy.com and go to the news section in the menu. Hit news and you will see information about that. Bill, are they difficult to breed? Then veiled, as you know, I want to start in July. What do we? Okay, I don't know the Panthers. Panthers are easy to breed. I bought a heat dome that comes with the regulating temperature probe. What are your thoughts on those? I do not know about that. I do not know that product. Any pros and cons over a standard heat lamp? Well, I mean, it sounds, if it can regulate itself and keep a good temperature, that sounds good to me. Are they difficult to breed? Then veils, as you know, I want to start early. Okay, start with Panther chameleons, guys. Because when you want to breed a chameleon, you have to think about what are you going to do with the babies. Veiled chameleons, they will eat you out of house and hold before you can get them to somewhere. Panther chameleons are a little bit easier to sell. So I'd say go for that. Does Clint do chats like you? No, nobody does chats like me. I don't know. I don't know if anybody does. You'll find that throughout the years, I have one of the more unique approaches to an outreach. I'll generally do what everybody else isn't. I won't say that always serves me well, but it just seems to work out that way. So, I mean, who in the world would think that you would start a podcast about chameleons? I will. Who in the world? I created a live session, and who here actually has live sessions where they do solo? Everybody's has interviews. That's so much easier to do that, but nope, I do it solo. So yeah, no, I wouldn't count on anybody doing what I'm doing. I am just the one who colors outside the lines, and I just can't figure out how to get inside the box, and I guess I don't have the desire to. So anyway, here we are. All right. Matthew says, I am so impressed with your chats. They have helped me incredibly. I'm glad, Matthew. Thank you very much for letting me know. That is good to hear. Hello, Art380. Got to catch up on my YouTube chat. James is sitting here being friendly and all. The heck? Annette made brownies. All right, we're all going to show up at Annette's house. Oh. Jenna says, I hope to be able to join these more regularly. I always somehow manage to miss them. Yes, there was a time back in the last century. There was a time before the internet that we had to be there at a certain time to get our favorite TV show, or we just lost it forever. At least that now you can go to the replay. But Jenna's very good to have you. I'm glad you made this show today. And Don Keach is saying, was that a Senegal chameleon in the thumbnail? Oh, speaking of which, yes, in my thumbnail for today for the YouTube, that was actually a female Furcifer bifidus. We're going to see if we can bring more of those in and actually breed these guys. All right. Marsha Ann says we got back from a 4-day trip. All the chameleons did well. That is great to hear. Excellent, excellent. And James 3 says, nothing better than a properly set up cage. Ain't that the truth? When you set it up, when you set it up right to begin with, it's amazing how easy chameleon keeping is. Now, you got to pay attention. And I got to say, the word easy is subjective. And when you hear someone like me say easy, of course, I've wrapped my entire life around chameleons. And so it does, I do work on stepping outside of myself and try to see what the world looks like. I do that on a regular basis because I want to be effective in my outreach. And so I got to do that. Val saying, hi, Bill, for hatchlings and fruit flies, what fruits do you use for the flies? I use bananas. Bananas are great. Yeah, you just banana mash. I just mash the banana. I have this a 2-ounce deli cup filled with banana in it. It works so well. Lizard Lounge says, all of our chameleons and us at the lounge, thank you for your knowledge. Oh, well, thank you very much, Lizard Lounge, for saying so. Glad you're here and glad you're enjoying it. Rango is almost a year old, Imagine Base 1 says, and only eats 1 superworm a day. He doesn't eat the dubia roaches. Is this normal? If it is frustrating you, yes, it's normal, especially if Rango is a veiled chameleon. They will starve just to spite you. But seriously, it depends on what species is Rango, how old is Rango. I'm guessing all Rangos tend to be veiled chameleons. I'm just making an assumption there. But a year old. Oh, year old. You already said it right there. Year old. I got to say, Rango should be eaten a whole lot more, especially if Rango is a veiled chameleon. Veiled chameleons do not stop eating. They just like scarfing down, and especially at a year old, they have not stopped from the momentum from their babyhood. So I would be concerned. Now, if you say just 1 superworm a day, yeah, I'd be concerned. That's not much. Now, it is possible that they're tired of superworms. Doesn't eat the dubia roaches. Yeah, some chameleons like dubia roaches, some don't. And it's like you can't predict. And it takes a while sometimes for a chameleon to develop a taste for dubia. I've got a number of chameleons, some like dubia, some don't. And there's no way to predict that. But I would keep looking for other clues as to what's going on, because only eating 1 superworm a day is suspicious. Now, take a look at his poop. Make sure that he's not eating something when you're not there. So maybe you don't have anything to worry about, depending upon how big the poop is. So take a look. And once again, when you're trying to figure out what's wrong, it's a complete husbandry review. And that's just the way it is. Is they getting enough hydration? Take a look at the poop. Is it moist? Is it dry? Does he rush to water and gulp? Okay, that's dehydration. So yeah, you got to make sure he's warm enough. And I'm just throwing stuff out. Maybe he's scared. Is the cage on the floor? Not enough places to hide. These are just things I'm throwing out. This is just common things. So you've got to sort through all of that and figure out what actually applies to your situation. Joanne, I just tossed a little salad out the window for my daily visiting bunny. Oh my gosh, Joanne, you need to send me a picture of the bunny. Send me a picture of the bunny. We all need to see the bunny. Please, this is important. This is very important. I didn't get a picture of Squishy today. So we need a picture of the bunny. Please. I'd love to see the bunny. All right. Alicia is saying, I would like to add that the regulars here are amazing for chameleon guidance, aside from me. I'm still working on me and becoming a real-time keeper of chameleons. Well, and that's what I love. I love that this community takes care of each other. When I talk about the Chameleon Academy community, I am deliberate about using the word community. I know community is bandied about a whole lot, but this is not just an audience. This truly is a community. Yes, I'm the one up here on camera, but the real cool thing about this entire show is happening in the chat. It's the people who are helping each other, and I love seeing it. So everybody keep being excellent to each other. It's awesome. Oh, let's see. All right. Keep going. Let's see. Matthew says, I find mixing with red roaches, dubia, cricket, superworm, zoophoba, dubias, and my veiled eats them all. Yeah, well, veils are very good at chowing down. I love veiled chameleons. Yeah, I told beginners to go with the panther chameleon because they have support. I love veiled chameleons. So no shade on a veiled chameleon. Let's see. Are you getting any of the newly imported them debates? I am not at this point. D3 free chameleons. I am focusing on the shamrock chameleons, and the biggest problem we chameleon people have is that we have too many choices. And so I am, for my own sanity, I am actually cutting down on, number one, the number of species I keep and the number of chameleons I keep. And I have my one goal is to establish shamrock chameleons, Kaluma shonasii, in captivity. And I am going to have to exercise superhuman self-discipline and not expand into all the cool things that I could expand to. So I love the fact that Thamnobates is starting to make appearances here. I think that they are one of, if not the best pet chameleon. They are hardy. They are from essentially the farthest away. They are the same distance away from the equator that California is. And so they get summers and winters just like we do. Okay, it's reversed, but they can acclimate very quickly, and they are used to our weather patterns. And they can handle like 100-degree weather and down into snow. Now, of course, they need places to hide and all that kind of stuff, but they're very, very more closely acclimated to our weather patterns than anything from Madagascar. Thoughts on RODI water in fogger? I use it. That's what I use, and I love it. I love the smell of it, and I love that it doesn't give me problems on the leaves, and I have never had a problem with chameleons. I know that there's people going off saying, the calcium and bones will break. I've never seen it yet. So that's and that's some superhuman restraint to keep less chameleon. Oh boy. Yeah. And not to like brag or anything, but I've got connections. And so I've got more temptation than any human should be under. I'm going to cry. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Jenna, do you have a care guide or enclosure recommendation for a Parsons? All right. Eliza, James, did you put Jenna up to this? I tell you. Had one for almost a year now, but I'm always looking for ways to improve my husband. Jenna, I am actually working on one now. I have hired Eliza Ann and James Cross to harass me on a regular basis and ask me where this is because I owe them this Parsons Care Guide. And I've started on it and I'm working on it. I've for those who don't know, and I'll say it again because I'm very proud, I got this book, Tiny Dragons, and it has been released. Now that it has been released, I am getting myself back to doing podcasts and videos, and I got to work on that Parsons Chameleon Care Guide. I've got my pictures, and I want to do a special thing on the cages. So yes, you are going to get a very cool care guide, a complete care guide. When I do care guides, I do them multi-pages. So yes, the answer is yes. Now I've been working on my content calendar. And so I got to get that so I can tell you when that will be out. It will be out soon. It's got to go soon because I have committed to my community that I will do it. And Jenna, there's something called the Illuminati, and you don't want to cross the Illuminati here. I'm not sure who exactly this Illuminati is. I just know that it's a force to be reckoned with, and they want a Parsons Chameleon care guide. So I better do it. Winnabedes is there to tell everybody to hit the like. Yes, that is very cool. Hit the like and let YouTube know this is a great place to be. Val says, for hatchlings, how often should I be spraying the cage? That depends on what other hydration methods you use. I spray my hatchling cage. I spray them right before they go to sleep, right before I turn off the lights, or when I turn off the lights. Then I fog throughout the night, and then I spray in the morning. That hydrates them, but fogging through the night is a very important part of that hydration. It's a slow hydration, but it's effective. Hope you don't have an RI, Bill. Well, you know what? I've been fogging myself. No, I'm just kidding. I hope that as well. But really, okay. I scarfed dinner right before I came here, and apparently I tried to breathe and eat at the same time, and that didn't work so well. So if any of you are wondering, no, don't try to breathe while you're swallowing. It doesn't work well, okay? It won't turn out well for you. Yeah, so that's what's going on. So, okay, I'm going to try to get everyone did my RSVP today. Oh, Stephanie, it's going to be so good to see you and meet you for the first time. You're telling me I can have baby Jacksons without my two linking. I am telling you that if that female has ever been with a male, it could be a year before you got her, they store sperm. And so if you have a female Jackson's Chameleon and she has ever been with a male, then you are in danger, however you want to word it, of having babies. They can store sperm, and they can delay having babies because of conditions, or they're stressed by being sent to new places. Once she settles into your home and your cage and says, okay, things are good, I'm getting fed, and the weather conditions are good, I'm starting to like this and starting to settle in. You give her good conditions, she's going to say, okay, it's time for babies. And that's how so many people get. Hey, you know what? See, Just Two Bros, I did a whole book. I just released a whole book, Tiny Dragons. And there is a section on surprise babies, because it is so common for Jackson's Chameleons to surprise their poor owners with babies. And it gets worse because the Machacos Hills Jackson's Chameleon, I don't know, I have a picture of that one in, yeah. That is the Machacos Hills, the female Machacos Hills Jackson Chameleon. You're saying, but wait, Bill, that female has 3 horns. Yeah, that's right. That subspecies has 3 horns. So a lot of people, they get a male, and that male has babies. What? Yeah, well, you actually got a female, because Machacos Hills Jackson's Chameleons, the females have horns too. Well, in fact, of all the subspecies of Jackson's Chameleons, the Xantholophus, the yellow crested, is the only one where the female does not have horns. So it just happens to be the one that's the most common. There you go. Renee's coming. Yeah. That's going to be very cool. Janet's coming. And Alicia's coming. Yeah, I'm going to check with, everybody. When you sign up for the form, it only goes to the information. You type in your email and all sorts of personal information. That only goes to Eliza Ann. It's not going to be public. So, yeah. Am I supposed to RSVP? What the frick? Yes, James, you're supposed to RSVP. That's the way these things work. I talk as though I know what I'm talking about. No, I'm just doing what Eliza Ann tells me, because I'm totally lost when it comes to these things. So thank you so much, Eliza, for making this happen. Mikey says, won't be able to make up. We'll be there for yes, we are going to do live streams of this. So if you're not going to be able to do it. Ahmed Exotic, main advised for a dwarf fisher's chameleon. I would go and follow Jackson's chameleon husbandry. That's the simple way to say it. Follow Jackson's chameleon, and you should be fine. Yeah. Oh, and Liza Ann is letting everybody know who's come through. Hey, Steve, Mr. Hefner, it is very good to see you. Steve, did you know I got the book out? I finally got the book out. Oh man, Liza Ann's already got her camping spot ready. Okay. Jason wants an autograph from Jim of Sunset Chameleons. Jim, you're going to have to sell autographs. I should send a video of my fruit fly banana. Yes, Janet, send that. I want to show everybody. Send me a video of your fruit fly banana buffet. I want to show everybody on Saturday. Everybody, Joanne, you need to get us, see if you can get a bunny picture or a video by Saturday so I can show everybody, and then Janet can share the fruit fly banana buffet. My wife makes fruit flies and she doesn't even try. They even get in her wine. Yeah, if you're in a place where fruit flies are natural, oh my goodness, you are in heaven if you've got baby chameleons, because you just set out these fruit bowls and the fruit flies just swarm. And I get people who say, how do I keep my fruit flies in the cage and so they don't escape? Just put fruit in the cage. The fruit flies are not going to go anywhere. In fact, there's going to be fruit flies breaking into the cage to get to the fruit. You give them fruit, they are happy. They are not going anywhere. The banana mash worked well for Renee's linotum. Yeah. My veiled loves rubies. That's a diva of a veiled. James, they like my lemonade and beer. Oh boy. Doobies. Oh, dubias. Okay. All right. Yeah. There we go. So, Janet says, my babies and my juvenile veils are eating machines. Yes, they should be. That is wonderful to hear. My juvenile clings to the cage while I fix the bugs. Oh, they know. And like, there are times where I have to break in the middle of feeding my chameleons. And if the veiled chameleon, I've got 3 veiled chameleons. If they see me feeding someone else, oh, they are plastered to the side of the cage. They're saying, you better come over here. It's like, and if I stop, I feel so guilty. It's like they look at me going, what about us? So I can never feed. I have to feed the veiled chameleons first and then feed the cages around them that they can see, because if not, then they give me those puppy dog eyes and make me sad. Makes me cry inside. I don't want my veiled chameleons to be sad, to feel like they've been neglected. Oh, it breaks my heart. I love them. So my veiled chameleon started mating 3 days back. They have mated 4 to 5 times, but the female doesn't want to stay in her enclosure now. She wants to stay with the male. Should I keep them together? I would, first of all, you can keep them together until she's done with him. But her wanting to stay in the male's enclosure, that's a strange behavior from a chameleon. And so I would be suspicious that it's not affection and it's not that she wants to be with the male. too many times chameleons wanting to be together is for dominance issues, and it's not healthy. So I would not, I would keep them together if they are mating, but if they're not, they've mated 4 to 5 times, keep them separate now. Keep her separate and visually block her from him, so she's not stressed by him. Wait. Something about just that one pair that's astronomical. Okay, there's a context that I missed there. Alex, what are you talking about? How's the Shamrock project going? Well, I've dug up 2 probably infertile clutches, and I have 1 more that is probably infertile. So I'm doing okay keeping them long term. I am doing okay having the females lay eggs. I'm just having troubles getting them to mate before they produce eggs. So it's frustrating, but I'm going to make it. And I'm okay with, there is a bright side to me not being successful right away, because when you have to figure out what you're doing wrong, then you actually learn something. And since yes, I want to establish them as a species, but I don't want to be the only one. I want other people to be part of this. And so an important part of this thing that I'm trying to do is that I can help other people be successful. And for that to happen, I have to know how to troubleshoot it. See, the problem is, especially with people like me who live in California, we put chameleons outside and they kind of take care of themselves. So there's not, we can be incredibly successful, but that doesn't mean we know what we're doing. And I'm an educator. So me being successful is only part of it. Me being able to know why I was successful and be able to help other people be successful, that is the gold standard for what I consider success. So I'm as frustrating as it is. I mean, this is like the 3rd season that I've been working with them. I am welcoming the challenge of figuring this out. So I may not be the first one to come have Shamrock Chameleon babies. That's kind of frustrating, but it may be the truth. But I will be able to put together a care guide that will make sure all of you are successful. So that's my consolation prize. Let's see. I did not, but normally I'm known as a bad influence. Jenna, what did Jenna do? I am so far behind in the chat. I need to get through. I am in Rhoda, South Wales Valleys, looking for helmet chameleon. How difficult are they? South Vale. Where is? Oh! You're asking how difficult are they? Well, you probably won't have problems getting the nighttime drops that they like. If they have the nighttime drops, they're very much like Jackson's Chameleon. So you can go to the Jackson's Chameleon care guide and follow that. But Honelli really liked that nighttime drop. And so if you can give that to him, you should be okay. Okay. Jenna says, I will add myself to the harassment list. The eating problem again. I have pieced information together from everywhere for about a year. All right. I've got number 3. Who else here has Parsons? I'd love to connect. I have a new enclosure coming in July, and I'm looking forward to review husbandry and get ideas. Well, Jenna, you've come to a place with a lot of Parsons keepers. James Cross, me, Eliza Ann. Okay. Who else here has Robin, when she shows up, she's got Parsons. Who else here has Parsons chameleons? Who has Parsons? Just ordered a copy of Tiny Dragons, hopefully a signed copy. If you ordered it off of the website, yes. Okay, so everybody, here's the situation. Excuse me, with Tiny Dragons. I will be signing the first 50 copies if you order it off the website. Here's the difference. I ordered 50 of the books to come to me so I can sign them on June 14th. We're going to have a live signing, and then I'm going to ship them out. After that, there is a link that you can buy it directly from the publisher. Now, I have that because anybody who's international trying to get this book, if I send it out, it's like $65 just in shipping, which is ridiculous. So if you buy it from the publisher, they will print one out at a place that is as geographically close to you as possible. And so the shipping will be a lot more reasonable. So if anybody here is on the newsletter that I just sent out this afternoon, there are two links. There's one, if you buy it off of my website, I think there's like 12, maybe, I don't know, now 10 books left to be signed. Limited edition. I will sign them. The numbers, 1 of 50, 2 of 50, 3 of 50. And then after that, you just buy it off the publisher. Since when you buy it from the publisher, it doesn't go through me, I won't be able to sign it. But especially if you're living overseas or outside of the U.S. borders, the shipping will be a lot more reasonable. Yeah. So, oh yeah, Stephanie Payne also has more Parsons chameleons. Yes, a number. As soon as Bill's seizure comment, I'm sure he'll reply. Oh, seize your. I thought you were talking about my hacking fit. Yes. Oh. Let's see. John O says, when it comes to veiled chameleon, male and female pair, do you recommend to have them free range inside the house? No, I do not. The house is not a good area for chameleons. They don't have the lighting they're looking for. They get they're in the wrong place when doors opens and closes, and it's hard to get the hydration right. So I don't like free range. The concept is okay, but to be able to do it really well is really hard. Most people don't. As for having them together, I wouldn't, because the male will track down the female. It's not like they stay away from each other. If the male can see her, he will track her down. And it doesn't matter if you have a whole house, he will track her down and harass her. So there's nothing about a free range that I really like. I like large cages. And if you have a room that has the proper lighting and the proper hydration, the proper humidity and all that, well, then you have a large enclosure, and 2 thumbs up on that. So it's just really difficult to do a free range in a way that's proper husbandry. New to the group. Jenna's gonna come. Hey, all right. Bill, what's the best incubator for veils? I just use my closet. As long as you have like the mid 70s, it's fine. Vixen was here around. Says, join us. We have chameleon cookies. And literally, we are going to have chameleon-shaped sugar cookies, and we are going to have frosting and a little sprinkles bar, so you can different color frosting so you can color your anatomically correct cookie shape, by the way. And so you can make your own chameleon, very delicious chameleon. Alicia said, I put oranges out hoping for a special migrating bird and it collected so many fruit flies. Yes, I actually take an orange, I slice off just the top, and then I mash up the inside, and I just put that inside of the baby cage, like when I'm keeping them outside, and it works great. How are helmet chameleons hard to keep? They're very easy, Nathan. They're rare. Once again, like every chameleon, if you set them up correctly, they're easy. And the challenge with helmeted chameleons is just the nighttime drop and keeping them cool, meaning not over 85. So they just like to be cool and nighttime drop. And other than that, they're pretty easy. Just talking about the thamnobates. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Susan says, Queen Acres is Susan, yes. I've read to expect eggs from my veiled chameleon 20 to 30 days after breeding. Is this correct? Yes, about 30 days is what I say. We are 22 days post-breeding. I don't expect 20. I go for 30. I would say 30. What states are you all from? I am from California. And we have people from all over the United States and all over the world. Flicks from Ireland. We have Kazakuzas from Japan. And of course, Mikey and Joanne are from Canada. And we got someone from South Wales here. So we got people from all over. We got Konstantinos from Greece. And we generally have Belgians that come in and out. Belgians and people from Netherlands. Yeah, a lot of people from Ohio. And a couple of Utahs. Texas. Ooh, an unrelated pair. Are you talking about Parsons or Honelli? Okay, Honelli, probably. Follow Jackson's Care Guide from, yeah, you can follow Jackson's Care Guide. Me, I got it from you. Oh, okay. What? Oh, you're talking about Parsons. Yeah, okay. Oh. Brittany Nicole is asking if my room temperature is having a hard time getting below 78 during the day. Would you recommend not using heat lamps? Oh, I would recommend not using heat lamps. or just sorry, everybody. It may have worked. Oh God. Okay. I would say have the heat lamps on, depending upon what species we're talking about. We're talking about Parsons or Panthers. For either one of them, I would say just turn the lights on, the heat lights on for about an hour or so in the morning. And then when the temperature starts rising in the room, because it will, both the sun and all of the heat of the lights in the room, then you can turn the heat lamp off. It doesn't have to be on all day. And the reason for the heat lamp is to warm up your chameleon. If the ambient temperature is now to the point where it's pretty warm, then yeah, you don't need the heat lamp anymore. And and that's true of any species. It's just like Parsons chameleons, they're not going to like 78 at all. And they probably don't need your heat lamp at all. I mean, I don't know how cold your room gets, but Panther chameleons, they probably would like it a little bit in the morning, and then you can turn it off in the evening. Yeah, Panthers and Veileds, pretty much the same. All right. Where do I get a signed Parsons Chameleon guidebook? Oh, wow. Okay. Well, Well, you know, Jenna, you never know how this is going to go. This book that I just released, 192 pages, full color. And this started out as a couple of, it was supposed to be a brochure of an e-book, a little e-booklet brochure, and it just got out of hand. So you never know how it was going. And it was like 100 pages as an ebook. And I presented it to my community, and they said, no, we want a real book. And I said, oh, okay, I'm go for that. And then I added another 92 pages. And so that's how we got this book now. So you never know what's going to happen here at the Chameleon Academy. So 5 days past the expected hatch date for your egg. Yeah, they could go months beyond the date. Where's Kanoa at? Good question. I have not seen Kanoa for a while. Where is Kanoa? Now everybody's asking, where's Kanoa? Kanoa, where are you? Okay. Yeah, Kanoa's always here. I don't know what's going on. All right, I'm trying to get through the chat here to try to catch up. Oh, everybody, Georgia, Missouri, South Carolina. What the heck was that, Bill? Are you talking about the only water I have here for my throat is this? I didn't get myself a glass of water. I should have. Bill visited himself like he's a bad dog. Guys, that my throat, it's just I did what I had to. I'm on live. I'm on live. I can't get away. Oh boy. Yeah. Would argue that anything that is good in life also just got out of hand. Yes. I'm very happy that this got out of hand. I've always wanted. I had my got up 5. Oh, excellent, Tarantula Cribs. Hello. Thoughts on Mount Meru chameleons? They are wonderful. They are also from Tanzania and have not been imported for 9 years. There is a breeding group in Europe, but I do not know when those will make their way over here. It's still possible. It's definitely possible. The one thing you got to be careful about is there's so many of the Machacos Hills Jacksons that come in that are, for whatever reason, labeled Mount Meru. Because the thing about, you know what? Let's do a little, this is something everybody's got to watch out for. And I'm going to go ahead and, all right. This is the Machacos Hills Jackson's Chameleon female. You notice there are 2 types. They can have 3 horns and they can have 1 horn. The problem is that when they come in with 1 horn, some people say, oh, it's a Mount Meru, because Mount Meru females have 1 horn. Unfortunately, that is not the case. Mount Merus are from Tanzania. Tanzania has blocked all exports of wildlife. And so if there is a Mount Meru wild caught, then it was smuggled out. I can tell you nobody is going to go to the top of Mount Meru. It is hard to get to these guys. So nobody is going to go through the effort to go to the top of Mount Meru and then sell them and then try to sell them openly. So, and especially, I mean, since you got these coming in. So if you see like Triple L Reptile, they like to do this. Oh, we got Mount Meru Jackson's Chameleon. No, it's always Machacos Hills Jackson's Chameleons, because those are legally exported, and so they come in on a regular basis. They're just misidentified. And so we, on a regular basis, we get people who come and say, no, I got a Mount Meru. It's like, oh, I hate to break your heart. It's not, but they often, I don't break their heart because let them think that they've got a Mount Meru. And until they start breeding them and then deciding that they're going to sell them as Mount Meru, I try not to argue with people if if it will hurt their feelings and won't do any good in the world. Jenna says, where do I buy that book? Go to chameleonacademy.com and just the website, and right there in front, it'll have a big book like this. Just to tell you, Jenna, this is about hatchlings, how to take care of hatchlings. This it's the art of chameleon hatchling care, and it covers from incubation to hatching to 3 months old. I just want to make this really clear, everybody. It's not about breeding chameleons. It's not about it's not the chameleon book you would expect somebody to write. I wrote this because that life stage of chameleons is we have the least amount of information about that life stage. And so me as an educator, this is where we had the greatest need in our community. So just know that this is a specialty book for a specialty niche. In fact, I specifically decided not to offer it on Amazon because so many people would not understand that this is about hatchlings. This is for people who are surprised by Jackson's chameleon babies, which happens more often than we would think. People buy an egg, and they're told they buy an egg, and they're told that it's easy and cheap. No, it's not. But by the time they learn that, they've already got the egg. This will tell you how to take care of that chameleon. You've got time. I mean, I recommend you get a well-started baby from a reputable breeder. That is the way to start. But so many people find me because they got an egg. And they were told that it was easy and such. And so okay, so now you've got an egg. This is going to tell you how to take care of it and be successful. And I made sure that I have a lot more in here than it goes over the incubation, it goes over the hatching process, and then it's essentially a comprehensive guide on chameleon husbandry, but for hatchlings. And so this is you got a lot in here, but just so everybody knows, this is for hatchlings. Why not do the other one? Yes, I am. It's actually the first book in a 3-book series. So this book does incubation to hatching, and then the book that I'm working on now is juvenile to old age, and this is where most people would experience chameleons. And then the 3rd book's going to be about breeding chameleons. So this is a trilogy. I will be, hopefully the 2nd book will be available by December, and then the 3rd book will be available by next June. And I have my calendar, my writing calendar. It's aggressive. I mean, you say, wow, that's a long time away. No, the 2nd book, I actually have it broken up between parts, chapters, and sections. I have 100 sections to write. And so it is ambitious, but I am nothing but ambitious. Mount Meru. So yes, Mount Merus are so cool. They're just little guys, and they're just wonderful. Yeah. So, okay, where's Squishy? Squishy is down. Oh, he's in back. I don't have a picture of Squishy because I was actually late to the show, and so I wasn't able to snap a picture before I had to set it up. Oh well. Oh my goodness. The mob demands Sir. All right. You know what? Since I can't get a picture, Bill, you need to get you a QR code to put on the screen for people. That is an excellent idea, Nate. I'm going to do that next time. Nate comes up with a lot of great ideas, I tell you. All right. Squishy it is. Squishy, you have been called. Squishy is resisting the call. Oh. All right, well, I've lost him. Apparently, he's a spry little guy. He has evaded me. Yeah, I can put, you know what? I can put a link in. I will put a link on because that's the easiest thing to do, but I can get a QR code, and I have to do that because of the coolness factor. So, all right, on YouTube, the post is in the comment section. I'd love to do that for Instagram, except Instagram will not allow me to put posts, links in the comments. Instagram, yeah. James Cross is a hard time with QR codes. Yeah. Yep. Over camera. Why are you making it so easy? Oh, poor James. Is the book specific to the Jacksons or the book is for chameleons as a whole. It has a focus on so yeah, it says chameleons as a whole. In the species section, I only go over panthers, Jacksons, and veileds, just for a species thing. But it's for general, all chameleon species. Chameleons in general. The only two that would require something different are tigris from Seychelles and Namaquensis, both of which are almost never found. So other than that, you're fine. What happened to the one piece hat? I do that every now and then when I'm feeling saucy. All right. I'm going through. All right, everybody. We have come to the end of today. So let me know if anybody has some last questions. Jenna supports a squishy cam. That is an excellent idea, Jenna. And I was planning on doing that for 2025, but then this book came, so I think the cam is going to have to be 2026. I've got a 5-year plan here, and I tell you, the Chameleon Academy has, after 10 years, it's gaining momentum. We are not sputtering and getting quotes old. We are gaining momentum. We have done. It started off as a podcast. It grew into a website, and then we added on the YouTube channel, and then we had Instagram, and then the live sessions, and then the annual Madagascar. By the way, anybody, if I have 2 more spots left for the trip to Madagascar in January 2026, and so if you are interested in coming to that, coming with me, and the other people at the Chameleon Academy who want to go, send me an email at bill@chameleonacademy.com, and I will send you the information. So let me know if we have 2 spaces left. All right, everybody saying goodbye. All right, everybody, I am going to be, by the way, just so you know what's going on, there will be on Friday, there will be a video at 5 a.m. Pacific, and then we will do it as a premiere, which means that for the first showing, we're going to have a live chat. And so if you want to start your weekend off, well, your Friday off with your Chameleon family, then just show up on YouTube at 5 a.m. Pacific time. And for the premiere, of the video. Now, it'll probably be loaded up Thursday night because I'm working on getting it started. And really what I'm doing is I'm going to be doing a number of episodes. I'm going to be going back and forth. I'm going to be doing some episodes where I take chapters or sections of Tiny Dragons and making them into videos. And then I'm going to be talking about a bunch of products because we've got a lot of cross-cut products that James has been working on and offering. And I want to show those off. I'm going to do some build guides with those. And I look forward to showing everybody what Pothos looks like when it is untethered. James says, Natural Approach is picking up steam, Bill. Love it. I love it. Hey, CNC Tortoises, hello. Jenna says, I'm interested in Madagascar. Email me, and I will send you info. We went last January. Oh my goodness, we had such a great time. And so we are going to be doing it again. I love it. Okay, everybody. I think this is I guess I'm serious about ending this, but sometimes it's hard because I have so much fun here with you all. But we do have lives to get to. So see you later, everybody. I will see you Friday morning or Saturday at noon Pacific here on YouTube. So goodbye. I need